Hey guys, Josh here with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to another episode. Today's video, we're going to do something just a little bit different. I want to show you what I bring with me in the fall of the year when I'm out here bass fishing. It's early October. You can see the leaves behind me are just starting to change. The air is getting a little cool and the water's just dipped down into the 60s. The bass are starting to move up and they're starting to feed really good. So I want to show you what I bring and just something a little bit different that we haven't done before. So I'll start over here on this side and I'll just talk just a little bit about what I've got here on each bait. What I've got tied on here is this is a jerkbait. It's a Megabass 110. Anything just shad related is what I throw, especially back up in these pockets and things like this right here. I catch them up in here schooling or anything like that's a really good bait to throw. Works really well. Like I said, just anything shad color on that will work really well. Next, what I've got over here, and these is no order, I'm just grabbing them as I go here, is a Ned Rig. Me and Hunter last year found out that not always this time of year are they feeding on shad. We were out one day last year and we just could not get them to hit anything moving shad related. So Hunter picked up a Ned Rig and bam, I mean, he got onto something really good, and we caught a bunch that day on any type of like bottom type bait, you know, something imitating a crawdad. And what that makes me think about is this time of year, they're just looking for a easy meal, you know, just something easy because they're trying to fatten up, they're getting ready for winter, and just always have that Ned Rig tied on, because if you come out here and they're not schooling and they're not busting, chasing shad, you might be able to throw this Ned Rig and pick up a few and be able to, you know, catch some that you wouldn't have caught before. Just something to think about. Next, what I've got here is a little Swimbait. This is on just a little like an 1/8 ounce head. It's a very small one. It's like a 3-inch Swimbait. This is a Kitech. I always have one of these tied on. It works really well. You can cast them a really long way, so I like to do that. And you know, it imitates a shad obviously, and just a shad-like color. This one I think is Pro Red or something like that. It's what they call it. I'm not really for sure on the actual color. Next over here, we've got a Spook, and I always try to keep 2 of these tied on. Obviously, when Hunter's with me, we'll have 2 of them tied on, but this is just a shad-like color, and I put a little bit of feather trailer treble hook there on the back of that one. That's really good. You can catch those fish up early in the mornings when they're busting, schooling on shad. You can have a whole lot of fun catching them on topwater like that. Now, going to the other side, what we have over here, I have another Swimbait, and the reason I have another Swimbait, this is on a 1/2 ounce head. This is a little bit bigger. This is a 3.8 Kitech. And it is in a shad-like color. So what I have this for is the reason is if I catch those fish just a little bit deeper, I need something just a little bit heavier to get down there to be able to get to them. And this is a really good bait to have tied on. Next, I have a Buzzbait. I like to throw a Buzzbait in the fall. Get up on the bank just as close as I can get and parallel that bank and throw that Buzzbait. I like to throw it with these little frogs on them. This is a black one. I just always had luck with black. But this is just a big blade, makes a lot of noise, and they seem to really like that in the fall. Next up, we've got a football jig. This goes with the Ned Rig. Anything on the bottom, they're looking for that easy meal. Big crawdad comes through, they're gonna snatch it up. So I try to keep natural colors on the crawdad. And that works really well. We've had really good luck with that this year so far. Caught some on it the other day. Haven't caught any on it today, but we did catch some on it the other day. Next up, I have a spinnerbait here. I like to have this on hand, you know, throwing up, especially like right now, we're getting a little bit of a breeze. We're getting up in the middle of the day, and I'm gonna try to start picking up a few where I can, you know, that might be up chasing a few shad. But just anything shad-like. I have this little split tail trailer on there that seems to work really well, gets their attention. But I like to throw this, especially when they're up schooling, and you can burn it through there, and they'll just hit it, and they see that flash, and it makes them think there's a little school of shad. Next, here's another spook that I have tied on, and I'll tell you just a little bit about this one right here. This is that boyo by Heddon, that Zara Spook boyo. It's a little bit smaller, and this time of year in my area I found that the shad are just a little bit smaller, it seems like, that they're feeding on. So this sort of just downsizes just a little bit, and it's a little bit harder to cast, but it still casts a long ways. And I don't know if you can see, I'll try to get a close-up. You can see that one is just mangled up. You can see the teeth marks there on it. Now, next, I've got a few more rods here that I'll get out. The next thing that I always have with me is an Alabama rig. Caught some on this morning. They were out just cruising, basically is all they're doing. They're just looking for schools of shad, and I seen them on the graph, threw to them, and was able to catch them. So make sure you have a Alabama rig handy. Next up, we have what I've got here is just a crankbait, and you can see I've caught quite a few on it. I'll show you the belly of that one. It's a Strike King. Just anything shad color. I try to keep everything as possible on moving baits shad like this time of year. And next up, I have a lipless crankbait here. This is a Booyah. I have the Strike King red eye shads also, but that's what I have tied on today. I like to have that so I can make those super long casts. You know, these are 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce, whatever I got tied on. Make really long casts if I see them busting, because you know a lot of times it's not always busting right on top of you. But I just want to do this. I thought it'd be something different to show you what I take with me this time of year, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. That way you know when we put out videos. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures. Thanks for watching.